Guys, you're welcome back to my channel. And like I promised you in my last video, that I was going to share my CV, the CV I used to get this domiciliary care job in the UK. That I was going to share it with you. This is the video. Actually, I got two care jobs at the same time. So the first job is domiciliary, the second one is care home. Because in this UK, for you to survive, you need to combine. That's what I have been told actually. So because most of the time somebody might not have a shift for you, the other person might have, so you get to be busy at all times because money has to be made now and bills have to be paid. So guys, the first office, they gave me the package, the uniform and everything. I shared it in my last video. You can go and check that video out. These are disposable aprons, and they gave me uniform as well. And this second company, they said they were out of uniforms, out of stock, that I should go and order on Amazon. And then I did order this two uniforms because I just love them. Like, they looked so professional and everything. So I ordered these two uniforms on Amazon and it cost me a fortune. So after ordering this uniform, then I was told I ordered the wrong uniform. See, guys, you see. So I was told I ordered a nurse's uniform and a male nurse's uniform. Meanwhile, on Amazon, they wrote unisex and they wrote healthcare uniform. So I just bought it. See. So although they said I can be using it in the meantime till they get my uniform, so let me just wait. Let me just. I'm planning on returning it, so there's no point wearing. So I want to try to return it back to Amazon. Otherwise, I might just have to send it off to a nurse. I'm officially a carer, and for you to get a care job, whether home or abroad, you have to really get some things right in your CV. Yeah, you have to really know what they are looking for, the criteria, and how the thing works. So this is how it works. Just before I go to the CV, this is how it works. They don't manually start checking all the applications that people send. When you see job adverts online, you know that millions of people will definitely apply because people are here in the UK that are also looking for jobs. We have students that have completed their studies, that have finished their master's degree, and they've applied for post-study work visa, and maybe if jobs are not forthcoming, they just have to resort to care jobs. There are students looking for jobs. There are people who are still schooling and they have 20 hours per week to work. They're still looking for care jobs. There are dependents like me who have spouses that have come to work or something and they're still looking for jobs. Meanwhile, you have other people back abroad that are still looking for jobs in the UK to come and work as healthcare assistants. So you see that the competition is really tough. That's just the honest truth. It's really tough. And then some companies are offering sponsorship within the UK. You know, it's cheaper to give you COS when you are within the UK. Unlike when you're abroad, they will give you COS, they will want to sponsor your flights, sponsor your tickets, and all of that, sponsor your visa. It's way more expensive for them. So I believe that COS is not really out there for people abroad these days. If you keep applying, yes, there are exceptions to every rule, so there's still a chance, there's still a possibility that you might get the job. So don't give up, keep applying. But at the same time, if you're in the UK and you're applying for a job, this is how you can tailor your CV to your job roles. Number one, I'm going to be sharing this CV that I used. Number one, UK is bent on experience. If you like, have professorship in care. If there's anything like that. If you like, have PhD in care. If you don't have experience, oh man, Lego, it won't be that easy to get the job. So, like when I came, also, I was a pharmacist back home, so I kept putting pharmacy in my CV, and I did not get any invites until I I made a U-turn. I gave it a rethink, and then I put the pharmacies last because you start from your most recent job. So I had to put my volunteer experience. It's another way you can do it. Every mother is actually a carer. You you've actually nurtured a child, and you know that when elderly people, when they become really old, like they act like kids too, they act like babies. So if you're a mother out there, you are a carer. So I just, and if you have old parents, if you have aged parents back home that you're caring for, then you're automatically a carer too. Then if you've worked in the hospital, like I have worked in the hospital setting before I came here, I was in the hospital. So I literally put that as my experience, that I volunteered as a carer back home. So they need like a minimum of 2 years experience. So if you have got somebody who's an employer and can help you, and the person has email address that bears the company's name, like say, let's say state hospital at gmail.com. So it bears the hospital's name at gmail.com because you will need referencing. So you can actually use that work experience and put it on your CV. Another thing you can do, which I did in this CV, is that when I landed the UK, because I have relatives in the UK, I have sister in London. So let's say I arrived at my sister's place and my sister has kids. So my sister was working and she was happy that I came around. So I started minding my sister's kids for her. Do you get? I started taking care of my sister's kids. You are also a carer. Like you are not married, you don't have kids, but you have come here and you've stayed with your sister since you came here. So you can use that as another experience, that since you landed, the date that you landed the UK, you started to do the job of a volunteer childminder. Do you get? So I started minding these children, and that way, my sister does not have a company. I can use a personal email address because it's a volunteer job for a relative. Do you get? You can also quote that as your experience. So that way, we have our experience now. We have our academic qualifications. You have your personal biodata. Now you need skills. What are the skills of a carer? As a carer, you need to be very patient. So I've made a video of my first virtual interview. The interview I ever did when I landed here was a virtual one, and it was very tough because it was my first time, and I fumbled. So I fumbled in that interview. You can go and check that interview out because the questions really built my confidence. I asked a carer and she, told me a lot of things about how to go about answering some of these questions, which I shared in my videos. I'm going to leave the links to those videos on the screen for you to see. So you can look at those videos to know what to expect during your interview, because I know that if you tailor your CV, you are definitely going to get an interview. So you're going to get what's it called, interview day. They will take you and they will give you an interview date. Yeah, Oyibo. So guys, this is the way it works. When you submit your CV, the artificial intelligence that they are using, because they cannot start manually going through each applicant's CV, it will be too much for them. You get? So the artificial intelligence that they use in their job adverts, they will write what they want. They will write it there that, okay, we are looking for this kind of a staff. So those keywords that they have put there are what the system will be looking for on your CV. If they have put there that they're looking for a healthcare assistant, and you are on your CV, you have pharmacist, or you have the nurse, it can't pick you because it's pharmacy, is healthcare assistant that the system is looking for. If they have put there that you need 2 years experience and then you go and write 6 months experience on your CV, it won't pick you. The algorithm is going to follow the keywords that they are looking for, that the system is looking for. And once you have like 80% of those keywords on your CV, it will automatically just grab your CV and will move you to the next level. Do you get it? So let's quickly go to the CV now. So in my own CV, you have to write, first of all, you have to write your professional summary. You have to sell yourself. So in selling yourself, I wrote that I'm a diligent healthcare team member. Teamwork is very essential in care because you're not going to be working alone most times. You're going to be working in partnership with first the service user. That's the clients that you're working with. You need to carry them along at all times. You don't impose on them. They have a right to make their choices. So you need to work as a team with your clients, with other carers around, with your line managers. You need to work alongside healthcare professionals like the doctor that is managing the clients, the nurses. So it's a teamwork. So you need to include teamwork with skills and training in medication administration, because I was actually applying as a domiciliary carer. In domiciliary care, I made a video where I said I tried to differentiate between domiciliary care and care homes. Domiciliary care, you are in total charge of caring for that client in his or her home, in his or her residence. So you also do the work of medication administration. Unlike in care homes, a carer is not supposed to give medications if you have not been trained. So I had to put that following the job description, what they were looking for on that job advert that I applied for. So taking vital signs, safely supporting patients and assisting other healthcare team members, always ready to help individuals with hygiene, feeding, and cleaning needs. That is personal care. You have to put, you have to, they've stated it there that they need somebody that can do personal care. So I have to put personal care is just taking care of somebody, like bathing the person, dressing the person up, brushing, helping the person with shaving, changing the person, and all that. That is personal care. 2 years, I said 2 years experience as a carer has made me more compassionate. So as a carer, you need to be compassionate and fulfilled, as it is a rewarding profession. So that was just my professional summary, trying to sell myself. Now let's go to skills. I put medication administration, use of sphygmomanometer. This one is not actually essential, but I just have to put it because I have the skill, and glucometer. Strong interpersonal relationship and excellent communication skill, passion to assist and problem solving, kind, empathetic, and always a go-to person, because sometimes your client might be upset, might not be happy. So you have to be really empathetic and kind to do a care job. So resilience and ability to work flexible schedule. It's not a rigid kind of job, so you have to have the ability to work flexible schedule. They can just put out an offer now. You can put out a shift and then you say you are available. Somebody might have been scheduled to go for a particular shift, but the person changes his or her mind, then they put it out there. Who wants this shift? That's how it works. So it has to be a flexible kind of personality. You don't have to be rigid. If you're rigid, you can't do a care job. So within a short time, like resilience and ability to work flexible schedule within a short time. So those are the skills that I put. This CV is actually old. This is like the one I used to get this job. Like I have better CVs now, although it's not for care, it's for pharmacy dispenser. And in the future, hopefully when I get the job, I'll be making videos on how to land that kind of job too. So experience, talking of experience, I wrote in progress, volunteer home child minder. So this is my sister's address. So what are the rules? Performing domestic skills like bathing, dressing, feeding, diaper change, house cleaning, which you do when you go and visit your sister that has children at home. You can help her with bathing the kids, with dressing them, feeding them, you sing for them, you engage them in social activities. So that's some of the rules of a carer. Medication administration, if your nephew or your niece is ill and has been prescribed a medication and you are home, your sister is off to work, her husband is off to work, you can, on her instruction, she can give instruction, by this time please give this kid this so dosage of drug while I'm away. So that is medication administration. Do you get? Responsible for planning and preparing a program of play-based activities and in the completion of a relevant record keeping, paperwork, and administration. So you just have to make your CV attractive, listening to, encouraging, enabling, stimulating, and ensuring the safekeeping of the children. So I listen to them. Kids now, they'll ask you millions of questions at the same time. So I listened to these kids. I played with them while they were playing with their toys. I involved myself, stimulating their cognitive um function and ensuring their safekeeping. So when they are eating, I put them on the high chair, I snap the belt. I try to assist them with feeding. I give them the water bottle to try and drink by themselves. I also involve them even as kids. So those are some of the roles of a carer. Then from for 2 years before I came here, I was working as a volunteer care assistant as well. So I put the address, I put everything. Then I said assisting patient with personal care duties such as washing and dressing, ensuring constant safety and effective care, demonstrated consistent respect and privacy for care users. So if you watch some of my interview videos, you will see how I emphasized on that privacy and maintaining dignity of clients. It is something that they will teach you. Almost all the trainings. I've taken more trainings now. Before I got this job, I took more trainings. Even yesterday, after induction, I still took more trainings. So in almost all the trainings, they keep talking about dignity, privacy. You see, they are very important components of care. So encouraging patients on the use of their medication, you can only encourage them, you can't force them. So supporting patients to move around after a C-section, reporting individual service users feedbacks to the nurses, that's writing the care plan, reporting inside the care plan, empowered vulnerable individuals to retain maximum independence through targeted care. So the care plan, I always follow the care plan to ensure that the vulnerable individuals retain their maximum independence, because even though they are old and frail, even if the person, I said it in one of my videos, even if the person don't buy, even if the person don't buy, you still have to seek the person's consent here. So that's how it works. Then after then, I now put my pharmacy assistant's job. I had to lower my ego. I put it as pharmacy assistant, not pharmacist. So and all that. Then I put my education and training, and then my certifications. If you would see certifications, I put here pathway to care program modules A, B, C, D, E, and G. Just six of I made a video where I shared the free Florence academic care courses. They are still free academic hey, there are still free Florence academic care courses online that you can take. Please check that video out and maximize that opportunity. So that is all about my CV and my application to this particular company that employed me as a care assistant. If you have enjoyed this video, please do well to like this video, because by liking my videos, YouTube gets to recommend it to more people. And please, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel. You are just seeing my face for the first time. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I don't take your love for granted. I hope to see you in my subsequent videos.